Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and today we're going to summon on the Abyss and Muspell banner. I have been waiting for the Ashen Wolves to show up in Fae for a very long time, and I feel like they really did these characters justice, so I am super excited to pull today. So we will talk about these characters as we go along, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so our plan for today is going to be to pull colorless and red. And I feel like I may have talked about this in some previous videos, but Constance is my favorite of the Ashen Wolves. She was actually on my bingo board for my most wanted characters for this year, and I am just so excited that she is here. I think that her kit is really good. It is a nice throwback to what she was able to do in Three Houses, and I absolutely love her art. So she is probably at the top of my wish list, but Yuri is like just right behind her. I really loved him too when I played the DLC. I feel like he was a very compelling character, and he was also just like a ton of fun to use. I feel like Foul Play was a really nice addition to the game, and I love that they added it in Fae, and I am really hoping that we can get him as well. And I probably shouldn't even say this out loud, but I'm really hoping for 2 copies of Yuri. And I know now that I've said it, I probably won't get very lucky. But I really need his A skill for my Sarah because I haven't been able to bring her to Arena for a very long time. And I don't know about you guys, but I have really struggled in Arena recently. So if I could bring her, it would be really, really nice. So I'm really hoping that we can get 2 copies of Yuri. And as for the other characters on the banner, I know that Muspell is on my lower priority list. I'm actually not really wanting to get him today, but I am pulling red, so it's always a possibility, so that's why he's there. I really don't enjoy his character very much. I feel like the only nice thing I can say is that he kind of reminds me of Mondo from Danganronpa, like if his ham hair were on fire. So that's really all I have to say about him. It is Dragon Wall, so that's not like all bad. And then we also have Happy on the banner. And this might be surprising because she is a Valkyrie and I'm kind of like obligated to like her, but she is not a character that really did much for me when I played the DLC. She's probably my least favorite of the Ashen Wolves. So if I get her, great, but if I don't, that's like totally fine too. So that covers everyone on this banner, but we also have Balthus, and I am so excited that he is here. He's actually my second favorite of all the wolves. He is a golden deer, so he automatically gets points for that, but I also just really enjoyed his personality. I love his pre-time skip design, and I really think that they did an excellent... Oh my goodness, that is Edelgard. I am so excited to see her. She's one of my favorite OCs. That's amazing. Okay, let's check IVs. And that's going to be a merge for me. All right, so we will just keep going. And I guess I've kind of talked about all the characters, so we can go ahead and answer some viewer questions now. And as always, if I did not get to your question, I am so sorry. I will try to answer in a future one. And if you think of a question that you want to ask me, you can just leave it in the comments with #question, and I will put your question on my list. So our first question today comes from Folin's Renowned Rat Chiku, and they ask, how did you enjoy the hero's journey? Which pair did you send out? And if you could add another event to happen afterwards, what would you like the heroes to endure? So I would have to say that that mode was okay. I really hate to be negative, but I feel like the game is not like in an awesome place at the moment. I feel like that mode didn't really add very much. It was cute. I enjoyed that I could send out like Urk and Sarah and they could go on adventures. But it wasn't like a ton of substance, and that's really what I want in the game right now. I want co-op or guilds or like something new and different, and that really didn't give that to me. So I guess if they added more in the next one, I would love for them to like go on a beach vacation and have adventures. I think it would be cute. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that mode. But thank you for that great question. Oh my goodness. I feel like the game is really thinking about giving me a Yuri. Okay, so let's go ahead and answer another one. And this comes from Silas. And they ask, has your opinion on Ball/A changed after completing her story quest in Genshin? And also rate the Archons so far. Okay, so with our last video, I had not done her story yet, but now I have, and my opinion of her has completely changed. I really enjoy her character now. I love that they gave her a personality. And so yes, I did like a complete 180 from my previous video on my opinion of her. And as for reading the Archons, although I do really enjoy her, I would have to say she is third for me just because I love the other ones so much. And if I had to pick a favorite, it's super tough. I think that Venti is probably the best in terms of like a ruling Archon because I love that he embodies freedom and just living the life that you want to live. I also really like that he's still very useful to this day being a launch character. I love his ability to crowd control. I feel like he's so useful. So maybe he would be first, but Zhongli is like such a close second. I love him like for husbando reasons, but I also really love his voice. I could listen to it all day. And I also think that he's super strong and excellent support, and I really love him too. So I guess it would be Venti, then like very closely Zhongli, and then A. But thank you for those great questions. And our next question today comes from Annette is Best Girl, and they're actually a couple for me. And they are, what is your opinion on Annette? Because I know that you said that she's not one of your favorites in a past video. And do you plan on doing another Plus 10 Barracks tour? And is your opinion of Edelgard, I hate her and I wish she didn't exist? Or is it, I don't hate her, but my opinion was changed because of Azure Moon and Verdant Wind? Okay, so let's start with your first one about Annette, and I'm just going to apologize like right away because you clearly love Annette. And she's just not a character that did anything for me when I played Three Houses. I just did not have any attachment. I just didn't really enjoy any of her supports. She just was not a character that I really had any strong opinions on. I don't dislike her, but she's not a character that I really enjoyed. So I'm very sorry. And as for your next question about a barracks tour, yes, I am going to do another one, and I have started to work on some things for that. The issue is that like I keep having ideas for projects, and I really just need to draw a line in the sand and say, I will include this plus 10 on a future video. But there are so many things that I want to do. So yes, I'm going to do it. I've started to work on some of the assets for it, and at some point in the future, we will have another tour. And then for your last question about Edelgard and my opinion of her, oh, ew, no, oh, oh no, oh, we got luked. Oh dear. Okay, let's check IVs. And he is minus attack. That is a Luke. He's probably one of my least favorite characters to pull, but the good news is he cannot reset our pity, so yay. But getting back to your question about Edelgard, my opinion of her was really shaped from the order that I played the different routes in Three Houses. I played Verdant Wind first, and when I met her, she just committed all these atrocities, so I instantly disliked her. Then I played Azure Moon, and I feel like it didn't make her much better in terms of a character. And I know that most of her characterization comes from playing Crimson Flower, and I did play that route, but by that time I had really formed an opinion of her, so I guess it's not that I like truly hate her, it's that I played those modes first, and I've developed an opinion, so I don't really like her, but I understand why people do. And I guess the only thing that I do hate is Crunchy Edelgard because she's so difficult to deal with in Fae. But thank you for those great questions. And the next one that we have today comes from Fire Emblem, and there are a couple for me. And they are, oh my goodness, that is Saber. I absolutely love Saber, so that is amazing. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's check IVs. And he is plus res. I am more than happy with that. That'll be a merge. So getting back to this lucky question from Fire Emblem, they ask, what are your favorite Fire Emblem songs from the series? What is your favorite Fire Emblem chapter? And what video game, anime, or movie superpower would you like to have in real life? Okay, so my favorite songs from the series are Dusk Falls Fire. That is my absolute favorite. I love Endless Battle, End of All, Dance in the Dark. Oh gosh, there are so many, but those are the ones that like come to mind first. And then my favorite chapter is probably the final chapter in Fire Emblem 7, purely for nostalgia reasons. And then for your last question about a superpower that I would like to have, I would love to be invincible. That would be really nice. I'm pretty clumsy, so I would love to like be able to just be invincible all the time. That would be really, really nice. But thank you for all those great questions. And we get a Corin. All right, so let's pull this last red. Hopefully we can get a focus soon. And let's answer another one. And this comes from Starflame34. And they ask, would you like to see Citri, Byleth's mom, as a character in Fae? And what unit do you think she would be? I think she would be a great addition to the series. And I would have much preferred her over like Aelfric as like a GHP or something on this banner. But I think that if she were added, she'd probably show up as like a magic user, very frail to kind of go along with the story. But yes, I would love to see her at some point. But thank you for that great question. Okay, let's pull this colorless and we'll answer another one. And this comes from Selfie. And they ask, what is a game that you like that is from a genre that you don't usually enjoy? Okay, so there are actually two games that come to mind for me. The first was when I was a kid. The N64 pod racing game, it was a game that I spent so many hours playing. I absolutely loved it. And it's a genre, I do not like racing games at all. I do not enjoy them. But for some reason, I really liked that as a kid. And then, oh my goodness. We got Muspell. All right. Okay, let's check IVs. And he is plus res. That's probably pretty decent for him. I think his res is okay. So we will just pull this red. Hopefully we can get Constance and make an easier choice for our Spark. It's a 3-star. And we get Tharsha. That's fine. Okay, so since we're here, I feel like we should pull these blues. Maybe we can get happy. And getting back to this question from Selfie, the other game that comes to mind for me is Fantasy Life. It's a little bit of everything in terms of a genre. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, my Guinevere is already plus 10, but that is a very good pull. And she is plus speed. All right, no idea what I'm gonna do with her, but we'll pull this last blue. And getting back to this lucky question from Selfie, Fantasy Life was a game that had like adventure and fishing and crafting, and I just absolutely loved it, and I really, really wish that they went through with the sequel. But again, thank you for that super lucky question. All right, so let's go ahead and Spark. And this is going to be a super tough choice, but I feel like I should go with Constance so that I don't have to worry about getting like another Muspell if I do any more. So I feel like this is the best choice for me. Oh gosh, I am so glad that we have this feature. Yay! Oh my goodness, I love her art so much. I'm so happy she's here. And we got the thing. All right, so we're gonna end things here. I got what I wanted with the Spark, so overall I am happy that I was able to get Constance. I do hope that you guys are very lucky on this banner and that your tickets bring you everything that you are looking for. Again, thank you to everyone that submitted questions. I really appreciate it. And as always, thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful day.